right? God knew gods and goddesses, kings and queens. God knew his God and you, the Nazi greeting family, allies, and enemies was head and slipped double. So me and my brother low key was talking. Okay. So I was talking about my boys and growing up and teaching them, right? Or they be like, hey, look, sir, there go your Brody. There go your Brody. Because they haven't seen me in confrontation with black folks and my love I show for black people, right? And they feel it, they sense it, they see it, but then at the same time, they haven't seen me in confrontation with anybody, and they just know that I got special love when it comes to black folks, right? So I came to the realization that yeah, like one day I'm gonna have to teach them that some of these men to kill you. That's crazy to think that as black power and as much as you love your people and want to see the best for your people, that all of them don't mean you good and some of them mean you harm. To think that we gotta have that discussion. Now imagine these discussions when you telling your children they could be anything in the world, and they could be the president of the United States if they want to, even though it don't even matter if you're the president of the United States and you black. That don't matter because you rule for Rome, not the people of Rome, like the people in Rome. But that's crazy to sit back and think that I have to tell my boys, and I'm raising them to be for black empowerment and black power and to love they self and the things of that nature. Give fuck what anybody else say. Well, you shouldn't teach them that. I mean, look, listen, homie. Fuck what you talking about. You want to raise your children to love America. I'm raising my babies to love they self. You feel me? But homie, it's like that damn, we're gonna have to go through that conversation that you still gotta be weary around your own people. That's crazy. To think that that conversation is gonna come one day. That now we gotta have that. This is some chickweed drink with all that extra. It's pomegranate. It's bomb too. But anyway, just to change it. Man, and my boys are sitting in there like just oblivious to the ills of the world right now. Because I'm taking all the bumps and bruises, and all of our children are like that. No matter what race and what religion your children are, they oblivious and they don't see the world. Black Power Bang, what's the deal? You know what I'm saying? There's a rifle. You said build my rifle first. Hold on, man. Let me see, that thing just popped up. Let me see if I can see these messages. I don't know why I don't want to hide it. Yo, what's the deal? I'm trying to see. Oh, when I'm gonna build my rifle. You know what? I'm gonna keep it all the way 100. I was waiting on my Conrad. That's what he do. And matter of fact, if you go look at one of my videos, he was start talking about the actual rifle that I have, and he was talking about how it's a 1 in 7. I'm not as good as he is when it comes to the rifles. You feel me? But this is why I need to be able to get on lock, because I would rather pull y'all in. You know what I mean? Because I really didn't have much to go on when I was just saying that. After I said that, the point was really made that damn, I'm gonna have to tell my babies that everybody black ain't every or skin folk ain't kin folk. You feel me? Or just because he got the same skin don't mean we friends. You feel me? That's gonna have to be, no matter of fact, and keep it 100. When we building your rifles, that those are the people that you got to watch out for the most. And it's crazy because when I'm looking at it, even with whites got to watch out for other white people, because it's not gonna be black people's gonna already be wary of whites, and whites gonna already be wary of black. But it's those that you're not wary of, that you let amongst you, that start to disrupt and steal. And that's the thing that we all have to watch out for. And those are the things that we really gloss over and hold our hate for others instead of holding our hate for personalities. You know what I mean? You know what? Maybe I should. I'm gonna have to do my what's the name, my line of videos. But anyway, though, I'm when it come to building that rifle, let me see. What's the deal, Brody? I don't know who that is. This, you know what? I gotta really get on this YouTube and get on my YouTube game. so I could really know how to work this thing. I got a tablet, but I don't know how to go live on my tablet. Because what I was gonna do is go live on the tablet, the camera clear build on. I'm waiting for my folks from Houston to slide through. We about to go out and eat. You know what I mean? It feel good to have. Hey, look, we went out last night, right? So this is just back on brotherly love. I had the little homie from the hood, and my brother from Houston. Feel me? Like, man, we hey to go out with some man that genuinely want to see you with something. Like, it's not like they trying to jump in front of you and take all the shine. Don't look at him with his shoes raggedy, or my shoes is better than yours. And why you got my shirt on? Don't get my shirt dirty. And that's my baby boy. Look, he coming. Look, feel me? Hey, that's the pleasure in life, man. He gonna turn my chair. Hey, man, he's something else. But that's my one right there. That's my deuce. And yeah, he keep the structure, the structural line. You dig? And my other son is, you don't know he'll keep the structural line until he get amongst other children. Once he get amongst other children, then that's when it all start to come out. You feel me? On the real. This guy right here, what you doing, man? Huh? All right. Oh, thumbs up and thumbs down. That's what we doing. Yeah, man. But our children, like, what we teach our children. So for them, I want them to be able to see. I want them to be able to see the books, to go through these books, be able to pick up information. I want them to be able to know how to navigate through society, and just don't think that just because somebody black, or even in the black power, or wear red, black, and green, to think that's that they just friends, because it's a lot of people that pose, and it really would, I think, would cause that is like the United States start playing a game when they start sending people in with COINTELPRO, and it create a lot of divisiveness amongst the people, where you don't necessarily know who to trust. You feel me? And that there's no way you can have a new world order or a one government when you divide with everybody. Think about that: one government, everybody divided. This is really the divided states, and the states is divided up so bad to where our children are don't are growing into a position of not knowing how to push the line on the next and pull the trigger on it, like a business, for example. And another thing we was talking to, because one of my young homies got up out of the military. He actually got kicked out of the military, had some different issues going, and his brother was about to go. His little brother's about to go pro, but ended up having children. Say, man, he had to get a job and go work for his children. Another black man. Oh no, them not yours. Them are for my mama, man. She keep dying. My mama keep dying. So, you feel me? I was gonna do a dime drive for her, because she be saving dimes. She ain't spun a dime in years. But so the brother said, man, I gave 15 years of my life to the military, and it's crazy for them just to kick me out like that when I got in trouble, when they didn't even wait to see the outcome. And all he had gotten to had a case, all charges was dropped, so his name was cleared. But for that, you want to taste this, man?
No.
You want to taste it? So for that, he start to see, and even with that, we got on the conversation of these colleges, and start looking at these war colleges. Think about these war colleges. As a matter of fact, go look up military colleges. Where do you get into the military colleges at? Where do those grants of the military colleges come from? Now, those military colleges got it to where they teach brotherly love, and they teach nation building, and they teach structure and leadership. In the military colleges, they teach that. So when we start thinking about why they teach at the military college, but they don't teach it in art and just regular schools, there's a lot of things that they teach in the military colleges that they can't teach in regular schools, that can stop the gang banging. You don't fall on your back, man. That they could stop the cripping in blood, and just by teaching something different. They could stop the racism just by teaching something different. But the thing is, they don't want to stop it, and people by you constantly want to go into it and feed into it. Go ahead, go print it. So by people want to go feed into it, it doesn't Man, this thing stay freezing. I don't know why it freezes like that. Maybe I might have my son check it out for me. This will be my programmer. Yo, it ain't freezing up right now, but you got it next time. All right, all right. Yeah, you'll have to teach me how to do that. You feel me? I ask anybody for help that know. I ain't that type. No, listen to me. Like that. You know better than I do. I'm gonna follow you. You feel me? It's nothing. Female, male, child, man. It's nothing. Have I started? Nah, that's what I told you. You should wait. And you shouldn't try to print it because you done drawed on it already. You got to print it when there's nothing on it. So that way you can be able to color it again. So it's going to come out with purple on it. And that's going to mess it up. But they got these colleges that you can't even just get into. You can't even notice you can't even pay to get into these colleges. Let me see. Let me actually look up one of these colleges. And he was naming all of them. And he was starting naming them down the line. And to be able to USA military colleges. All right, let me look up. I should look up the top 10. All right. Top 10. So now let's look up these colleges. Maybe top 10. All right, here we go. Best college. Oh, okay. You know what? I do that, and when I do it though, and when I make some good videos, I'm gonna go get the person that's actually good at it, and he know the parts, the pieces. He know the companies and which companies you get. And as a matter of fact, with your Glock, if it breaks, you can send it to Glock. It's in Georgia. You can send it to Glock. They'll fix it for free and send it back to you. Yeah, that's they got like a lifetime on there. All right, so the top 10 military colleges in America. One, they got U.S. Naval Academy. Two, they got the U.S. Military Academy. That's West Point. Oh, you talking about with the Glock? How you can send it in? The West Point. West Point is one of the ones. Yeah, homie. Hey, not to mention Glock. It got like a fall safety on it. The safety in the trigger, like you have to squeeze that first trigger part in order to squeeze it. There's no actual safety on it. It's real simple to break down. And when it comes to cleaning it, a lot of people like when they talk about, oh, it's jamming up. A lot of times it's jamming up because it's dirty, and the cats don't know how to do regular just gun maintenance. And I'll do a video on that. You feel me? Oh yeah, you could switch. They got the interchangeable barrels. I would with that though. I think you would have to go up. Like you can't get a 9 and then go up. You have to go get like a Glock 40 and then go down to a 9. And the good thing about Glock though, any Glock, like if you go any Glock that's smaller and that's in that line, if it's 9mm, and you had like a Glock 17 or a Glock, I think a Glock 17 is the largest one, then a Glock 19, and then a Glock 26, that you could take the Glock 17 and use the barrel in a Glock 26. Glock 20. Okay, yeah, it's that 40 cal. Yeah, you could go get it's called a conversion barrel. Yeah, you know what I mean. You convert it, and then from there, it's still. As a matter of fact, I believe all Glocks take the same clip. I'm not for sure, but like even if you was to have like a Glock 40 clip, and no, I don't believe you could. You won't be able to chamber it. So I don't know if it could still take that clip. Then I don't know what they'll do as in for the magazine though. Oh, and it fit. Damn. Yeah, Glock cool for that. You know, they cool for that, and I like them. You know one gun that I do like I like Sig. Sigs are proper. I just think they cost way too much. If you ever look at Sigs, they just feel good. They feel like they well made. Like they low key feel handmade. Yeah, yeah, because it hang out like extended clip. It don't fit right in. But you gotta think when you start in a gun battle, that them extra bullets will work. But at the same time, you don't want to be getting it hung up. If you got a quick draw, you don't want to be getting it hung up. And a lot of us don't are not really preparing for drawing. Just being in your house and get you a let me show you something. It took a while for me to find it, but this is a holster, right? If I have my gun in here, I'll show you. But check it. It's magnet, right? Magnetic. But what it does is you take it, fold it over, and you put it in your pants. And this folds over like the way it locks. Yes. Go ahead. You copy it. So this is how it works. And it sit low. So when you about to draw, you can pull up and draw like this. I thought that I would be able to. I bought the wrong one, but so my Glock sit too far in, and it sits in down here. You won't be. You can't even tell you got it. So it sit low. It's proper. I like it, but it don't. It's not for my gun. So I don't use it. And not only that, like during the pat down. When the pat down, you really don't feel it. When you sit down, it's flat. Once you actually start to wear it, it kind of contour to your leg. If you wear skinny jeans, you gonna see this motherfucker bulging. So it don't work with skinnies. It work with real man. Real man, just the kind of holster you'll get. Feel me? On these YouTube commercials, yeah, and they be drawing it. They be drawing it. Hey. The best thing, that's what I be trying to tell my little homies, like all that gangbang shit. They really, what they doing is when you get a felony, and this all ties back into brotherly love. Whoever will listen, if we used to fight in the street and your little homies will listen to me, I'm gonna tell them the real. You feel me? To get a felony, you low key worse off than the essays that just hopped the border and came to America. You worse off. It's because you become a non-citizen. You can't vote. Gentrification in Compton. Look, check this, homie. My queen just told me that they gotta to get on the weed first. I'm answering the weed question first. She said that they got a company that pays $2,300 or $3,000 a month, or something between $2,000 and $3,000 a month, just for you to test and smoke weed. Just to smoke weed. And you try weed out. They was just giving us 20 years. And I was saying this on the other video. They were just giving the homies 20 years, 5 years. You was getting time in jail for, you was getting locked up for weed. Now all of a sudden they even went to medical purposes, medicinal, so they could push it past. Look, but it's medical and it helps medical. It helps medical and the people and their ailments and it helps. Then after it got help, recreation, motherfucker, y'all can do it just because you want to. Y'all just locking us up for this.
So I can copy this?
No, man. Why y'all want to copy everything? Go ahead, copy that one thing. And that's it. Because y'all will use up all the ink. And it costs to buy that ink. So, you got to flip it over. Flip it over. Yeah. So, with them doing that, homie, they switched the game on us. So, and the reason why I answered that question first, they used the war on drugs to pretty much move us out of the cities. And they did that. And they moved us right into prisons. And look, now check this. On the gentrification part, it says my family owned cleaners in Compton for 15 years. Hey, and understand that. So for the business, these motherfuckers could have helped us out with businesses, homie. How you gonna be able to go rebuild Iraq, but can't rebuild Compton? You feel me? So for the gentrification thing, personally, I think it's cool. I think I'm with it. Cause all of, by black folks getting gentrified out of Los Angeles, period. I'm with it. Only if we go be industrious and move out to the wilderness type areas and actually start to industrialize and build there. The reason why I say I'm with it is because have you looked at Los Angeles? There is no there's no hunting, there's no food, there's no farming going on in Los Angeles. Feel me? It says it's gonna put us on our toes. It is. Like what it's doing for us is putting us into a position. Open the door for your mama. Queen just made it back. It's gonna put us in a position now. We get back to farming. We get back ready. Man, I'm from Compton, homie, and I'm talking about to have a goat. I was walking down a country road with a horse on a leash. First, I was walking a goat up and down the road on a leash. They like, man, I ain't never seen nobody walk a goat. You walking a goat on a leash. It got to the point where the goat started. Damn, I don't know what's going on. But I let the goat stay off the leash and I started walking the horse. And the goat and the horse used to play together. I saddle broke my first horse, rode my first horse, like all out in the country. And when I used to walk out on the back with my rifle and just empty the whole clip, the whole 30 round. Bloop, 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 the whole 30 round. Police ain't showing up none of that because we was in the country. When you get to the country, homie, ain't no more, nigga, you hanging on my block, nigga, where you from? Hell no, you barely see people, man. Who's that? That's Miss Jenkins. Oh, that's Miss Jenkins and them. Yeah, you get to know people's schedule. Oh, they on their way to work. I was sitting there one day. My grandma was telling everybody what everybody was doing and where they was going. She knew where they was going at what time because they knew each other. We got to get back to the basics, and we got to get back to that. We got to get back to tomatoes in our yard. We got to get back to that brotherly love. This goes back to that brotherly. Everything can tie back into us showing love with each other to where. And they also said this too. My grandmother said this, man. My great grandmama. That if the family down the street lost their job, the neighborhoods will put together a care package of food, rent money, and things of that nature, wherever they need to be able to get them, keep them going for a couple of months. You know what I mean? Where how long it took him for him to get a job. Once he got a job, boom. All right, cool. They didn't ask for nothing back. We need you to stay there because they understood that. Now what happened? Oh shit, so damn, they lost their house. Oh, that's cold, man. We ain't gonna have them over here no more. Oh man, all right then. Man, it was cool having y'all. See y'all later. That's where we at now. And then we even at a point to where when you help somebody, sometimes you mad that you even helped them. Like, damn, I done helped you and then you just crossed me. Like, I helped you and you stole from me. Like that's cold. That's that brotherly love. That's the camaraderie. And I want to build it in my boys. Like for them, they could break something. I talk to them about why they break it. But when they start showing that brotherly love, is bond is broken between them, I go ham. They have me go ballistic. You don't do that. There's certain things you don't do to your brothers. Like they got to make sure that that's number one. And then if your friend, he come over, then he gonna be part of that. It says, I look out for. Hey, that's crazy. Look, I'm from Southside Compton, right? Southside Compton crib. I moved to Palmer. You know, Palmer and Compton been beefing just as long as the A-Trays and the 6-O's. Homie, I lived over there for 14 years with not one fist fight, no shootout, nothing. And then when I go back to the hood, it's like, I'm one of the little homies in the hood that's the front line. You feel me? And then for my homeboys, I'm one of the homies that'll put his body and freedom and all that on the line. I'm one of them ones, right? And y'all can't even like respect them a little bit for not killing me. Like I couldn't understand that. But if they would have killed me, they would have went through there and went to go lay something. But y'all can't respect them for not killing me. I got regular bread. You feel me? I couldn't understand that. Hey, and the Kelly, hey, look, I remember, like, coming up, the Kellys was hustlers and switch Crips, homie. Yeah, there's Kelly Park hustlers. They went Crip. Hey, and the Kellys would have went either way with the neighborhoods or the Atlantics. They went Kelly. Feel me? And it's crazy. Like even that whole little area up in there fighting. That shit, that ain't Compton to me. Little homies, they spell South Souf. Like that ain't the hood to me. Like I don't know that hood. That ain't where I'm from. Like so, that's a whole different gang over there now. Like I can't say I'm from that hood because the hood I was from don't even exist over there. You know what I mean? And that's where I'm at in mind. Like it's Souf. I don't know what that is. You know what I mean? That's not what it's like. The structure and everything gone. You know what I mean? I just can't see that. Shit is changed. No, not changing. It changed. It changed. It used to be to a point to where you talk shit about your mama, homie, you would get punched on. Nigga, ain't no thing. What? You said what about your mama? Oh, homies be like, yeah, they'd tell one of the homies, nigga, he was just cussing his mama out. This homie ain't tripping, but this homie tripping, nigga. Like what? Hey man, I heard you. Hey man, yeah, Smiley. I heard you called your mama a bitch, man. Yeah, man, that bitch, this and that. Oh, okay. Bow! Motherfucker get smacked on. And once he rush you, shit, a couple of homies rush you, nigga. Don't ever talk to your mama like that. And homies will walk you around the corner, nigga. Apologize to your mama. You know, apologize. You better not ever let me hear you. And that was niggas be laughing. You feel me? Man, you right, homie. All that laughing shit. Like how you say the game changing, that's because now I can run into some Santanas that live off the same principles, the principles I live off of, and I got homies that don't live off these principles. So we may not fuck with each other and be homies, but we ain't enemies. When we see each other, it's a nod, like I see you, and we keep that shit moving. Like, you know what I mean? Like hell, it can even get to a point to where when I see people I used to fight with, cause I know that they was a real gang member, I'm happy to see them, nigga. Like, oh, they're gonna wooty woots, nigga. We hate them niggas. What's up, my nigga? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you get happy to see a real gang member. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Is like-minded, cause we the same fucking people, and a lot of them is like-minded. You feel me? Hey, look, check this. I say I love Compton, but they from Compton, they love Compton, but I hate them. So I hate they part of Compton. Can I really love Compton? You can't really love Compton if you get some part of Compton that you hate. That's why Compton failed. And if Compton was an empire, right? And we start, if you Rome, right? This book is called The Empire of Trust. Now, I read through this book. This book, The Empire of Trust, is basically talking about the correlations of the United States and Rome. Let's talk about, also, when you see things like this, the realm, and on a white supremacist side, that means something. Like when you start getting their books and their book lists, and you start reading through it, you see a lot of their principles. And they got a lot of principles that they live off of. But let me get back on this book. And I'm keeping 100. I agree with a lot of the whites, like the white right wing. I agree with a lot of their principles. You feel me? I respect a lot of their movements. Even if they like, fuck niggas, we don't want you fucking with our women. I respect that. It's cool. I ain't gonna fuck with your women. You feel me? I love mine. I don't want yours anyway. You know what I mean? Just same thing. We don't gotta be friends, but when we see each other, we don't gotta be enemies. So you can't jump out of, okay, now I love Crips and Bloods to where let's fucking hate them. Because you pretty much going back into that same thing and for a long haul in society, what kind of society you'll build for your babies. Because when we start talking about working and building a society, hell, this mouse, to be able to get this mouse, you know how many different races had to touch that mouse? To be able to get a video camera, how many different races had to touch this video camera for you to get it? So in order to be able to stay at this level of technology, we got to learn how to deal with other races and other peoples. That brotherly love still got to come back, but it got to come back amongst us so we can understand how to operate it. You know what I mean? Then a respect level come between us and other races. That's why I work on us. But on this book, to get back to this, of the Empire of Trust, they was talking about the correlations of the United States and Rome and how a lot of things that Rome did, and bread and circus is one of those things, to where when the society, the worst and that it did, they built these big, massive coliseums and they gave away bread and they fed the people and they kept everybody thing. I was reading Stolen Legacy. She was speaking on The Romans, how they stole our idea. Hold on. That one right there. Yeah, homie, I feel you. Real talk. Hey, look, man, real talk, man. When we start getting, hey, look, when we start getting into this, they said something. If you want to hide something from a nigga, you put it in the book. I'll bullshit you not. When I heard that joke, I said, man, I want to see what the fuck they hide. So I start reading these books. Oh, before I bought my gun, yeah, you feel me? Turned up. Before I bought my gun, I bought this. I had bought this book. I was going to the gun shows, and I bought this book. This was from a right wing stand. And when I gave him the money and I picked up the book, he was like, "Wow, you know what I mean? Like, you really want to know about that?" Like, it kind of fucked him up. And there was another book next to it talking about the Confederates. I didn't get that one. And I should have. Something told me to get both of them, but I didn't. So when you go to gun shows and you go to these places, visit these places, read what they got going, homie. And they got, it was a lot of good information here, and I read through a lot of bullshit. Like you see right here, I put bullshit. I put bullshit part 2. The reason being is like a lot of what they saying is bullshit. Like as being of them, they saying the way that we view things, and as being an African in the United States, saying that, homie, I don't view that like that now, and I know damn well we didn't view it like that back in the past. Yeah, but I'm Black Power Bang on Instagram too. You can add me to Instagram, back and forth on Instagram. So I learn from a lot of different people too, man. And I tell you, like, I'm just to a point now to where I got over my ego, and I just like have to really humble myself. Let me tell you another good book. If you want to write down a book, when they start talking about that, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Let me finish this real quick. This point. That's the problem with me in these books. Read through books and not reading through a whole thing. But anyway, but I read through the whole thing on this motherfucker because this one caught me, it grabbed me. But when they start talking about the correlations of Rome, how they start giving out bread and circus, they start feeding the people, giving them drink, giving them wine, giving them things to look at to distract them. Super Bowl, NFL, there's like mass distractions. So when you start looking at things in the highs start to fall, and they were also talking about the Roman army. Now the Romans was a ground war army, and they had take tactics was on ground. They didn't have the sea. They didn't have the sea until they got under the oceans. It wasn't on voyages, and they got the Mediterranean Sea after they won the wars against the Punic Wars against Hannibal of Carthage. You know what I mean? But the thing and how they won that wasn't even that they went fought head up with the soldiers. These motherfuckers. Now you know Hannibal went across the Alps and everything, and I forgot the name of his elephant. He was the one first using the tanks. Elephants was the first tanks, and it was the Africans that was doing it. So and they start using a lot like right now. And I was talking about these war colleges, right? These war colleges they teach, and look how all this tie back in. These war colleges teach you things like this. They teach you about Hannibal. They teach you about Genghis Khan and how Genghis Khan actually conquered more land in a short amount of time than the Roman Empire. But they make like Scipio Publius Cornelius like he's the best, greatest military strategist of all times when he wasn't. They just don't want to give everybody else, but that's white supremacy. And these war colleges teach this, and they teach the history, and they real strong on military history. So when we start looking at military history, if we start to study military history, and I said this in my other video, we wouldn't be talking about fuck Mexicans and all that, because Africans never went to war with Mexicans. Africa never went to war with Mexico. So historically, we didn't have problems. Where are these problems coming from? And when we start to study things, we start to understand things like COINTELPRO, counterintelligence operation. But this will help us understand. And look, matter of fact, the picture on the bottom is the Congress. The picture on the top is the United States, today's Congress and Senate, and the things of that nature. They had the Congress and Senate in Rome. And if you study Rome, you can understand the way the United States operate a lot. Then you can understand how the Vatican and all that start to tie in, and how that works with us and how it affects us in our life. So, but on this book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, I'm going to show you something. And when I read this book, this changed my mindset on gangbanging and had me start looking at things a different way. I did this on another video too. I don't know if you ever seen it, but do that look like a young woman or an old woman? I just want to see what one person say. Young or old? Old woman. All right, cool. But if I tell you it's a young woman, would you agree or disagree?
Once them go on the front, he pees on the tub go potty. He pee in the. No, he can go.
Oh, you read this? You read this book? Or are you talking about the other book?
He pees out there. He know to go potty.
All right, but
Right.
it don't look like a young woman, right? All right, so now watch this. This picture, you could take this book. What happened? Oh, so you could take this book. If you got a wife, girlfriend, mama, sisters, brothers, people and things that you get into things with, is if I tell you, and what do you see, and you be like, oh, I see it say 7 habits ought to affect the people. I said, no, it says #1 national bestsellers. You feel me? I'm gonna screenshot it. Yeah, it's all good. And look, and I'm like, no, it's a white man, a bald head white man on it. And now we'll start arguing. And we arguing because we got different perceptions of really it's the same thing. So we see the same book, right? So now when you change perceptions, change positions, then you can start to see what I see. So it's kind of like put yourself in my shoes. Now watch this. And I tell you, no, it's a young woman. And you say, no, it's an old woman. So let's go through it real quick. An old woman, this is her hair. She got something over her head. This is her nose. This is her eye. This is her mouth. This is her chin. Like it's cold. Like she like bundled up, right? But now when you want to see the necklace, and she got like a shawl on. You feel me? So it's like a young woman looking away. You dig? Let me find the other picture. Because there's actually 2 pictures of the same thing. Same picture colored in. You can see the young woman better. You feel me? Because all it takes is just perception. Empire of Trust. Oh, Empire. You said Empire of Trust is a powerful book. Yeah. Hey, the book is cold. So if you look, you see her nose, you see her eyelash, and then you can see her like that's her chin. This is her chin. This is her jaw. This is going to the back, and this is her ear. You feel me? And a lot of times, like even with Crips and Bloods, we looking at the same thing, but it's just our perception that have us fighting with each other. So when I learn this information, how can I go back to my hood? And I can't go back to my hood and be the same person. I'm still from that hood. That's where I'm from, but I'm not that same person. And are my homeboys' perception of me going to change where, man, fuck that motherfucker? Or love me and embrace me for who I grew and who I developed to be. I didn't develop to be somebody that's going to turn around, snitch on you, stab the homies in the back. I'm trying to come and help the homies elevate and move forward. Same thing. So 7 Habits of Highly Effective People is a good book. When we start, and look, this is it's a lot of this information. Really, you could use a lot of this information against people. I'll bullshit you not. Let me show you another one. This book, Robert Greene, 48 Laws of Power. If any job you get, if you start implementing some of these principles in your job, watch the slow progression of the change of the way people deal with you and the way you operate inside of any structure. This book, if you learn how to implement these into your life, this is a good book. 33 Strategies of War. I don't know if it was in this book or I got the Art of War in here somewhere. This is another good war book, The Hagakure. I found this book watching a movie, Ghost. And it was a brother that had a retainer. He saved his life, and he basically was loyal to him. And it was the Book of the Samurai. And I went and got that. I'm going to speak on that real quick. But the Strategies of War, I don't know if it was in this book or if it was in The Art of War, where they said everything could be equated to war. Like, everything is war. So if you take things from a war perspective, it's just like chess. Then you will learn how to start making moves to conquer certain things. And war isn't necessarily bloodshed, because politics is war without bloodshed. And that's understanding politics and things of that nature when you start to step outside of yourself. This is a good one. Dealing with females. Now, I told one of my comrades this about the book, The Art of Seduction. He just did another book, and I got it. He did another one. I got it in my car. I got it in my car, or I got it in my car. I think I got it in my backpack. Hold on. Let me look at my backpack. I think that's in my backpack real quick. I don't like to buy books for dummies, but me and my queen's supposed to be taking a bookkeeping course. I don't got it in here. It's up in there. But this is another book by Barbara Brody. We're gonna talk about this one too. This is the one I'm in right now. A Sappho. But on this book right here, homie, when it comes to seduction and learning, and like seduction is something subtle. Now, check this. When you can really put your mindset in the mind of people that's really mastering this. We out here, like a lot of us out here in the free world, right? We on the outs. And it's hard for us to get a female to love us. Ain't that shit crazy, right? Let me tell you why it's crazy. Because we don't listen enough to the females that's out here, right? They got men that's in prison that get females falling in love. Why is that? So I start sitting back and let me tell you who. You can look him up. His name is Mumia Abu Jamal. Mumia Abu Jamal was in like solitary confinement for 30 years. 30 years. Mentally didn't break him. It built him so strong in his thoughts. He got so much clarity in his thoughts. And been in prison. He'd been writing these video essays and be writing these essays. And he also, by him having things named after him in other countries, his power started to develop in mine. And I said to myself, I have to be able to develop. These women are taking penitentiary chances to bring them and make sure they do good and be successful, and not getting the women to want to see us successful. You feel me? That's one of the things, and that's seduction. These brothers taking a time out. Let me grab one of these real quick. They taking a time out with this in paper, pencil, paper, and they projecting their thoughts. And when they act, because they got time on their hand, right? And when she write, they're listening. And then he start to reiterate some of the things she said. And now she got somebody really listening. She got somebody she feel like she could open up to. And that's the same thing with black men. Black men have a brother that he could tell his secrets to, or and he ain't go, oh nigga, that's why nigga your girl fucking another nigga. No, look, homie, I ain't gonna use that against you. And our brotherly love, we ain't gonna be able to really build that brotherly love and be able to conquer our women, because our women need to be conquered. And they say we shouldn't look at it as she need to be conquered. And the reason why I say she need to be conquered, because when you conquer something, you defend it and you fight for it, right? You gotta be, we ain't willing in a mindset to better to want to fight for our women. You know what I mean? We gotta be able to fight for it, and fight for it ain't going to go knock the nigga out that she with a white dude or Mexican, somebody that's not black, and we gonna go fight him for it. No, conquering her is us conquering ourselves for the most part. And the art of seduction got some stories in there, and stories of like women conquering men as well. And the homie told his homegirl about this. She got this book and dove into it and started implementing some of the things on him. And he's seen it. He's like, man, bro, she got cold, and she cold. She cold, and she used this to her advantage. She conquered herself, and conquering sometime. And look, watch this. Back in here, let me open this book. Man, hey, look, real talk. The Art of Seduction for Robert Greene. Robert Greene also did one with he did a book. Hold on. I want to talk about these too, man. Y'all got me turned up, man. Look, that's why I need to be able to get in line. But Robert Greene did a book. It's called The 50th Law of Power. Some of my books are behind the other one. Mastery. Robert Greene did this book too. The same one that wrote The Art of Seduction. He wrote The Art of Seduction. He wrote all these. These his lines of books. So they all coming from the same mind. You feel me? Mastery is a book I haven't got into, but this is, from my understanding, is the Mastery and Mastering Self. So this one I gotta get into. And notice it's on the shelf with Social Engineering. Social Engineering because I was gonna get back into this one. Social engineering is what they do. What they do to us. What I just do with that book, 7 Habits. Oh. So in this book, let me go through some principles real quick. Because when we start talking about that, like all these, once you start to read it, you start to see it go hand in hand. And that these principles that people are teaching, that's like even with the Get Rich books. The Get Rich books got a common thread. The common thread is us understanding, just understanding finances and how it works, understanding the language. I'm trying to find this image. I keep passing it. There we go. It's at the beginning of each chapter. All right. So when you look at this image, it's independence. It's dependence. It start at the bottom because this is where you start off. Dependence, independence, interdependence. Now, how this tie in with the art of seduction? Because once you start to get through these books, you start to tie information together, and it changed the way you operate at work, right? Another one, good one, bro. You want to check out? It's called The Way of the Superior Man. Hey, you know what? I keep coming across that book. I'm gonna buy that mug tomorrow. And look. Matter of fact, I ran across the audio book online. I'm gonna go grab that because I like the actual book. Even if I listen to the audio book, I like the actual book because you go get they got. Oh yeah. And you know what's crazy? Because I ran across that online. I don't even listen to music no more, Brody. I'm gonna keep it 100. I don't even listen to music. I listen to audio books. I listen to lectures, and it's crazy. People get in one day. A female got in the car with me. I told her I'll be listening to music, and I played I was playing on it. She looked at me. She's like, "You serious right now?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like when motherfuckers see me, they be thinking, "Oh, I'm this weed smoking ass man." Like I'm on some whole different shit. But let me go through this real quick. Dependence is your children. Your children is dependent on you. Some adults are dependent. I don't be trying to hear none of that. Hey, it is toxic, homie. Hey, look, that we don't love them hoes and all that shit. And the flipping the females. I think back on the females that was in love with me, homie. And I did, like, now it's like I'm paying for all that right now. You know what I mean? Independence is where we are now, like in a position that we could do for ourselves. When you get into relationship, interdependence. So, like before we even get into the art of seduction, if you read this book before going into the art of seduction, it's kind of like steps. This will prep your mind for getting into art of seduction. And then if you was to get something like this on social engineering from the art of seduction, it'll also step. It's a more, because books on psychology I start going into. So this got 7 habits. Now the 7 habits in this book, I'm gonna go over the habits. One of them is be proactive. Being proactive is you walking down the street or you riding with your homeboys. You pull up on a female, she bad. And she walking. And you like, hey, what's up? And she turn around, she look at you, she roll her eyes. Some people reaction be like, well, fuck you then, bitch. But see, they don't know that her dude just slapped the shit out of her, kicked her out the car. Now she got to walk way too far. She far from another city. He done took her purse and she broke. She got no way to get back home. So the only thing she knows is walk, and she mad. So instead of him trying to, okay, I don't know if it's in this one, but in this book also, seek to understand and seek to be understood. I learned that out of this book. Instead of him trying to seek to understand why she didn't want to talk to him, you feel me? Lack of understanding, and they not trying to overstand the situation. Like, you feel me? Understanding. Is understanding, understanding, and overstanding. You feel me? For us, if we have understanding of self, we'll realize, like right now, my understanding have grown so much, and especially because I want 2 wives, right? So now that I'm actually, before I wanted a female to be mine, like and lock her down to be mine. Like we say, no females are ours, but I don't fight for nothing that ain't mine. Like, you know what I mean? I liked all women. I don't give a fuck. She like me, I'm knocking her down. But when I start actually looking for a female that fits my personality, now I find out it's a lot of women I just don't like. Like a lot of stuff I just won't put up with. So if especially looking for a second queen that's gonna fit into what I'm building in the direction I'm building, homie, I really don't got no time for a lot of stuff. So that's me not only being proactive and try to seek to understand her and seek to understand her paradigm. You feel me? It's me understanding myself what I wouldn't put up with, and that's being proactive is instead of me saying well fuck you then or just driving off, jumping out and like, what's wrong? Are you all right? Because it looked like you having a bad day. Like, you know what I mean? Is it a way I can help you? And then maybe she'd be like, look, I don't want nothing from you. I done did this before. Like, I don't want nothing from you. At first, I wanted to holler at you, but I see you having a bad day. So now, I don't even care about getting your number. I don't want nothing from you. I just want to see how I can help you because you a black female out here, and too many of us treat y'all bad. Let me just be the one to change your mind on that. Then that, like she'll look at me, stop. I just got into it with my dude. This and that, this and that, this and that. Well, look, you need to call you. Here go my cell phone. You can call your folks. You can erase the number after you done. It's done. Have them come and get you. Then you will call. This and that. She'll call when you're talking. This and that. Well, it's gonna take me an hour. Damn, an hour. Well, shit, I'll wait for you when they come. We sit and talking. We sit and talking. We sit and talking. Well, fuck it. I mean, if you want, I could take you home. It's nothing. You could keep my phone and you can stay on the phone with whoever you with. Tell them my name. This is my ID. Tell them who I am. Shit, tell them my ID. Well, he gonna bring me home. Don't worry, you don't gotta come get me. I'll take him home, get the number and everything. We end up chilling, being cool. You know what I mean? I was working at Target, right? And we got a new supervisor. And she used to come in. And everybody used to get together and talk about her. And in this book, they talk about people talking about the motherfucking boss and not being proactive. So I was the one that was proactive. I pulled her to the side and I said, look, I said, right now, we not getting the truck done because of how you got the team structured. I said, you putting the older women in chemicals, a lot of stuff over there is too heavy for them to do. If you take them after we done with the truck, put them straight over there in HBA. HBA is the health and beauty. And they got it's a lot of little bitty boxes. Nothing over there is heavy. And then not only that, by the time we finish over here, we could go over there and get that because that's a lot of stuff. So they could start working on that, and then I just lace her down. You could start them two right there, start them in snacks, start us in chemicals, or we could bowl out, one person bowl out, one person start stacking. She said, okay. She started trying that. And I said, you don't even got to yell at them. They going to automatically do it, and this and that. I bullshit you not. She did that. She took the bite. White woman. She could have been like, fuck what you saying. I know I'm the boss. No, she took the advice that I gave her. And she loved me after that. And she used to yell at me. And I used to smile. Why are you so happy? like you know what I mean? Because I'm from Compton. I'm from Southside Compton. Crib niggas shooting at us over there. And the shit you doing, that don't even matter. You feel me? Because I went to full shit. So I was like 19. You feel me? And I'm still out there getting in shootouts. Have to hang out with a pistol. But I come to work. And now I'm getting money. So I don't got to break in houses all the fucking time to sell dope. Because I got a job. You know what I mean? That saved me a lot, having a job. But and she took that information, homie, and every time I seen her after that, it was nothing but love, being proactive. Let me keep going. Begin with the end in mind. This is the coldest one because you got to start at the end. Imagine yourself at your funeral. So you at your funeral and you sitting behind your casket and you looking at everybody that came to your funeral to see you go. Now the eulogies is about to come. And they about to tell what they thought about you. If you want them to say that, man, hey, he was real, then you got to be real, whatever real is. If you want them to say, man, hey, look, he always looked out. Even when he didn't have it, he was there. Then you got to be that person that's there. You know what I mean? He'll give you his last. You got to be willing to give people your last. However, whatever you want people to say about you at your funeral, you got to live like that today and be that person today. You feel me? Private victories. Private victories, if a lot of rappers read this book, it's a lot of things they wouldn't do. And if you like Nipsey Hussle, when Nipsey said, I stopped smoking so much weed because in business, it ain't working for me, right? So those are different private victories that Nipsey had that he didn't project out to the world. Versus when you see somebody like let's take Nipsey and Baby, for example, the Baby. It's like, we had a man and we have a boy, right? Just off of what you projected. Now, for the most part, I'm watching the Baby development. He is a good brother, like in his heart, he about family. You feel me? But his antics, he's a boy, is what he projected. Even though he's getting paid, he's doing that for the money. It is what it is. You know what I mean? People like, but he's doing it for the money. But you gotta think about ourselves for the long haul. How he's gonna reinvent himself. And his private victories is something that we not gonna be able to see for them guys. But then they start to project something different. And put first things first. Putting first things first is a principle that's just what it is. You know what I mean? You go to the club or you straighten up your house. You feel me? If you straighten up your house before you go to the club, when you go to the club and you bring in a female home, she come into your house straightened up. It projects better on you as a person. So yeah, you could be fresh as a motherfucker, but all your fresh ass clothes in a big ass pile. And you at the club knocking a female, but she gonna come back to your house. So don't go to the club this weekend. Straighten up your house for next weekend. So that's put first things first. And that's the independent stage. When you're independent, you can do it for yourself. Think win-win. You have to thinking win-win is like being proactive. You have to have a winning mindset. I right now I'm just starting a business on air conditioning. I got my uniforms planned out. Right now I got my I have to get my refrigerator, my cards. I have to get not just cards, posters. I want to get shit to where my truck, I want my truck wrapped, and she's gonna pass the initial perception of you. I mean, think like the man don't necessarily be clean. You feel me? But then when they think of hell, if it's too clean, it's like, damn, this motherfucker's a homosexual. Like, you feel me? Or it's a female that's keeping his house clean like this. Because men do have a tendency to be a certain way. Hell, I'm going to keep it 100. Shit. Look at my shit. I got wood. I got tools. Look, and this is me on a good day. You dig? You feel me? And look, I ain't gonna lie to you. This is my living room. When I first did my living room, man, I had all these tools was all over there. I had stuff everywhere. So for me to start trying to keep my house in order, I have to keep, and that also is a reflection on your mind. If your mind is in order, because your mind, to be able to be in order in your house, you have to be in order in your mind, and it's a projection that you project. So you project success from your mind, and that's another thing with think win-win. Like even with Nipsey, if you look at Nipsey, because Nipsey, that's the recent example we have. I don't have a favorite football team. I have favorite businessmen. Nipsey is one of my favorite businessmen, if not the favorite businessman, because I like the way he did it, and plus it's like a story of where I'm coming from. You did. Let me go to the next one. Public victories. Your private victories, it happened before your public victories. All the time. My favorite mental ain't on the right track. Hey, real talk. You won't be a mess. And sometime, in order to get your mind on the right track, you just got to straighten up your room. That's it. Just straighten up your room. Put things back in place. You know what I mean? Because it trains the subconscious mind. I got a book up here about the subconscious mind too. It's called The Secret. And if not, it's in Compton. I think I left it in my mama's house. You feel me? But public victories is now people seeing the Marathon clothing. But the Marathon clothing happened before he had the store. People seeing it now. Like, you feel me? So it's a lot of things I have in my head that people don't know. The private victories have to come with like the stores. Like even with my shirt, people see my shirts, and the RBG is for the red, black, and green flag, but the ant stand for Africans in top spots. I like the ant because the ant don't just go in and live for itself. It live for the colony. That's what I like about that. Synergy. I don't remember what synergy is. And seek to understand, then seek to be understood. That's where that came from. That's number 5. You feel me? And number 6 was synergy. And number 7 is interdependence. Interdependence is us working with each other. Interdependence is a level of what is the way empires is built. So, for example, empires is built off of interdependence because I could do it for myself. When a female see you independent, they want to connect with an independent man. You feel me? They don't want to connect with a man that they got to put a bottle in this motherfucking mouth. And we got to respect that. For our women to be doing that, we got to respect, not a gold digger. I only want you because you got money. I respect you because you got goals and dreams. And you know what? I got goals and dreams. And if you actually working on them, we can work together. I respect you. They got to respect that as well, and those type of women. But when it comes to seeking to understand, like once we get to that mindset to where we try to understand other people, it helps us understand ourselves too. Uh, and with this one, I was gonna say about this one is they meditated on death. You feel me? And by meditating on death, when it came time for war, they was already used to it. So it's a lot of stuff they was used to. You feel me? Man, I could go through these books all day. And a Sopho is the manhood training by Baba Baruti. Y'all might want to write down his name. You feel me? Malema Baba Baruti. I don't know if y'all see that. But you could look him up all the time. If my hold on. I read that one. Oh. Baba Baruti also wrote a book. He also wrote this book right here, talking about the feminization of the black male, homosexuality, and the feminization of African males. These are two of his books. This brother got a homeschool. He homeschools children. Man, to see him and his queen together, they got good energy together. Is one of our elder brothers. You could also go look him up on YouTube, Baba Baruti, if you was to say his name. Him and Irritated Genie did something. Irritated Genie got the Straight Black Pride movement. They had did things. Go look them two brothers up. There was some good brothers. It said salute. It said from the ref minister of public relations from the Black Riders, Oakland, California. And then Watts, we was marching. You know what I mean? General Taco and all them, my guys. Guys, man. And matter of fact, hold up. Brother. Hey, let me tell you, hey, are you in this picture? Tell me you in this picture right here. Yeah, the Black Riders. The brother right here from Oakland, from up north. And it's a couple other brothers up here, up in this picture that's from up north. Yeah, you feel me? What's the deal, bro? You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? Yeah, we up in that thing. Yeah, what's the deal, man? Holla at me. Hey, look, man, I'm Black Power banging on Instagram. Like, lock me in. Like, we gotta connect. We still, that's that interdependence too. With the great glove, let me see. Yeah, okay. Yeah. What's up, black man? With the glasses on, yeah. What's the deal? Hey, look, man. Look, we gotta connect. We gotta keep this thing moving. And look, even with the movement of what we was doing there, right now, what I'm thinking about, we should focus more on. You know what? Call me. Let's talk about it. You feel me? Dang. I you know what? And what's crazy is I really just got back on this because one of my partners was saying he wanted to get it going, and I was telling him, I was trying to show him how the lives could go. And another one of people be asking me like, man, why you ain't putting nothing up? People hit me on Instagram, man, what happened to your YouTube video? Or people be on Instagram be like, you need a YouTube. And I'm like, well, I be putting stuff on YouTube. You feel me? So, and it's better when I got people to chop with, to build with, like instead of just sitting here. I had to get used to be able to sit here and just go, you know what I mean? But a Sopho, man, I'm just now reading through this book. I haven't had no points because of the structure of the book to be able to go in and grab out things. So I'm gonna have to go back into this book or have people I could talk with about this book. Oh, any other book you get, homie. That one right there. Blueprint for Black Power. Hey, if you don't get none of the other books, this one right here, this is the shit. I want to start a study group on this book. You feel me? Yeah, screenshot that. Bro, look. So you would know that this book and every book that this brother wrote, this him right here. He got him. Cool. All right, look. He got YouTube videos. If you go look up Amos N. Wilson or Blueprint for Black Power, it'll bring you up Amos N. Wilson and just listen to the brother speak. Brother, let me I gotta read something out of here. I had started doing some reading on this, and this goes back into the interdependence and why black women and feminism for us, it doesn't make sense. And so when black women start to be working on trying to be feminists, you know what I mean, I go through this particular this verse, this page I got highlighted. It says the slave woman was the first full-time worker for her owner, and only incidentally a wife, mother, a homemaker, and children soon learned that their parents were neither the front of wisdom nor the seat of authority. Lacking autonomy, the slave family could not offer her children shelter from security from the frightening creatures in the outside world. The family had no greater importance as an economic unit. That's important for us to be able to get it. Hey, look, I'm working on, I don't know how to do that. Like where you could call in. Like teach me how to do that. Look, matter of fact, add me on Instagram. If you could teach me how to do that, call me on the phone. I'm gonna shoot you my number, all that. Call, like, let's build. I need that to really get that call in. And I see something like a Streamlab to where they was doing that. You feel me? And I'm gonna have to set that up. But they wanted control of my page, and I didn't want to get them control of my page, but I might have to do all that. It says the family had no greater importance as an economic unit. Turning your family into economic unit. Cool. It says slaves labor most of the time for their slave master in groups that had no relationship to the family. The husband was not the director of an agricultural enterprise. He was not the head of the family, the holder of property, the provider, or the protector. In the age of patriarchal families, the male slave only crucial function was within the family of that spring and offspring. The husband was not the cabin that they lived in. It was common for the mother and her children to be considered a father's limited role. It is hardly surprising find that the slave family were highly unstable. Now, if we look at that and think about that, talking about the slave family, homie, we didn't get too far from that. This brother in this book hit so many different points. Just a matter of fact, when we get the call in built in, and we find a panel of brothers that actually got the book, we just talk on this, just this alone, man, we could build a lot of good man off this book. We got everything we need. Only thing we need to do is just connect our minds. And I'm gonna get it to where we could call in, and we could build a channel together, homie. It's nothing. We could start building a whole another one. Like we could start here and just keep going, because we all really black power banging. Because if you black and you want blacks to have power, and you walk outside, you bang, because them boys laying you down. So it's like walking outside, you walking in the hood. America is the hood, is our hood. Where we at? And black labor, white wealth, all that. Like a lot of this stuff we gotta build. But back on brotherhood, like look at the brother, Northern California came down. Now our children is gonna see people in these pictures. And then our children, you go be able to go to YouTube, be like, yeah. And then his sons and his daughters go be able to see me in a picture with their daddy. Like my daddy know him. And then my children go be able to see like, yeah, my daddy know him. So when we see each other now, we family, we locking in. That's that brotherhood, that's that camaraderie, that's that expanding, that's that interdependence. The interdependence is that third stage of life when we go do it together. Me and my wife doing it, but you and your wife doing it, then we get together, not saying that I'm gonna be knocking down your wife, you're gonna be knocking down mine. We join forces to be able to build. And when other families join, that's that interdependence, because interdependence is a stage that built empires. You know what I mean? And for our women to want to stay stuck on a lot of times, I ain't gonna say all of them, but we know that not everything is all. But where our women pushing that independent line, that stands stagnant. That's stagnation. Anything stagnant is not good. You feel me? This thing saying I'm at 16 minutes, homie. I don't understand how I'm at 16 minutes, and I've been pushing the line. So I don't know when I upload this, I don't know what's gonna happen. You feel me? But look, what I'm gonna cut this. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get on that right now. I'm trying to learn how to get it to where you could call in. And we're gonna just keep building. On any one of these books, y'all wanna go back in, or the social engineering. This book, it's a cold book. Hold on. Now on this book, let me get on this because I'll speak on this. This book go into on facial expressions, the different small. And now, if we understand one thing about facial expressions and body language and how to engineer groups, these motherfuckers got it down. It was one particular thing in here. I don't want to slow the video down, but The Art of Human Hacking. But I was going through looking at different books, and they got it down packed to where just reading this let you know that people got these sciences to change groups. And okay, yeah, that's the fam. So they got it to where putting him up or keep him in your room. They got it to where they
Chase. Come on, Pooh.
yeah, they
Chase.
got it. Look. Man, look, my bro, look, he about to call me. What's the deal? Man, it's raining out here. It's dark skin time out here. Y'all step in whenever y'all ready. So look, they got it to where they understand our groups, they understand how we operate. They also understand how to change the groups and change the mindset of the groups. So for example, like Crips, for example, they have somebody, COINTELPRO, counterintelligence program, implemented by J. Edgar Hoover and the FBI. When you just do the history on the FBI, because you know the police came for the slave patrol, but do the history on how the FBI was started, why it was started. But they'll get a person and send a person amongst your group. That person get to mingle in, become a person of prominence and trust in the group, and they'll tear that name in the army. They look at the most lethal of the military. They'll tear stuff smooth. They'll knock stuff smooth out as individuals. So, my IG is Black Power Banging, just like the YouTube. If you put Black Power Banging it's the green picture with the B and the C together. You know the B and the C. This right here ain't Blood and Crip no more for y'all. This was for Black consciousness. We taking that Bloods and Crips. Y'all can't have that. Y'all can take all the other finger twisting, but we got this right here. We taking this. You feel me? For the man that's gonna taking it to the future and make it something different. You feel me? So for all the Black consciousness, when you see me throwing the B's and C's out, that's for Black consciousness. For us to have, come in, man. Come in. Oh, I look. What happened?
Vampires, man.
What?
The first time we ever in that house, we always got to be brought in by the owner.
Look, bro, look. You know what I mean? Hey, hey, look, he walked in. I had to get him on here. So, hey, look, my folks showed up. I'm got my guests, and we go build though. Hey, and I'm Black Power Banging on Instagram. Add me, and let's go from there. You feel me? All right, y'all stay safe. God bless y'all hustle.